Oh. Hello, happy Monday. I have been sitting at my desk getting stuff done. And evidently the one thing I didn't check, well, I'm sure more than one thing, was the camera. Anyway, we have a couple of stars to fold up from yesterday's stream. So I figure we'll do that real quick. And then we are going to get started on our hat. I actually went to the store today. I went to Michael's because they are the only store that had the yarn that I needed for the commission that I got from James's new Air Force buddy. And I also grabbed some red yarn for the hat that we're going to make today because I thought that it looked the best compared to the, I guess, inspiration. And I did not have this color, so I'm actually really proud. It's February, and this is the first time I've purchased yarn. And both are for a purpose. This is what I got for James's Air Force friend. It is a merino acrylic blend. And I really like it. The color is ebony. Hello, Elf. I know, aren't you all? I'm impressed. I'm impressed with myself. Hey, Allison. Also, we have a new command for today. And we shall just pin that. This is the hat that we're going to be working on. So if anyone wants to join in, I'm going to be doing the knit one. But there is also a crochet version. So if you would like to join us, you can. Also, sorry, I know it's a longer command, but sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I literally had to get a different color for this year. This is the first two skeins of yarn that I got. And they're already in my inventory. Purchased, inventoried. Yes. So, it's been out in other countries. And I believe that it's only for 18 plus discords. Or Discord channels that are 18 plus. If I understand it correctly. What will it restrict? That was the only thing I saw, so... I lost my hair tie, so I'm breaking in a new one, and it's really tight. Oh, alright. Okay, but if you're not marked as a teen, then there's no problem, right? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Oh. Well, unfortunately, there is nothing I can do about that. If I could remove that, I would, because my Discord is not 18 plus, so... Alright. Hi, Tigress! We have to do... We're gonna do a gauge swatch. So... I hope y'all are excited. What is a gauge swatch? One sec. Okay. Casting on. I was casting on. And a gauge swatch is, so, right, my instructions are over here. And then over here we have a gauge swatch, right? And I just realized that I cast on for the wrong amount. So what it is, basically, it's a way to test for clothing before you start making the clothing, that it will be the right size. So this is a hat, and basically, before I go ahead and I make the whole hat, I do a swatch. And the swatch is a piece of the pattern that you make, and it should measure a certain size. So if you do the gauge swatch and it's too small, you need to go up a needle size. If you do the gauge swatch and it's too big, you need to go down a needle size. So it's just a way to not make like an entire article of clothing and have it be completely wrong. It was so smooth. That's how I always have casted on. I know that other people do, like, there's different ways to cast on. So gauge swatches are kind of a pain because, like, it's basically not something you're gonna keep. But if you don't do it, then that's when you end up with clothing that doesn't fit. Is like 16 sizes too big, or like you can't even pull it over your head. So gauge swatches are kind of a pain in the bum, but also important. Hi, could you just eat all the food that you want to eat and stop coming in and begging and then leaving and letting Pippin eat it? Thanks. Okay. 19 stitches to 4 inches in stocking knit. 22 stitches to 4 inches in rib. There's a typo. Alright. I don't know how many rows to do. Just 4 inches? Now, you might be like, well, why are you using circular needles if you're not going to be working in a circular thing? Because these are the needles that I would be using for the hat. So it's a good idea to use exactly the tools that you'll be using. Like, yes, I could use 8mm or size 8 knitting needles, rather. Sorry. But these are the exact ones I'm using. Don't you usually make a gauge swatch bigger than the size they ask? No, if it tells me the size, that's the size that I'm aiming for. If you make it bigger, then how would you know if it's... I mean, I guess that if you wanted to... I see what you're saying. Like, if you... So this one told me to cast on 19 stitches, so I could cast on, like, say 29, and then I could measure I could measure with, like, a gauge ruler to see if 19 stitches out of the 29. Is that what you're thinking? Taught to make a 6-inch square, measure 4 inches of it. Interesting. See, my Aunt Shirley did not teach me gauges. Like, I did not learn how to gauge swatch from her. So I just do what the instructions say on the pattern I'm doing. So that's interesting, though. It makes sense. I'll show you all once Artie's done eating what a gauge ruler is. Because the way that you are saying it also makes sense, Petrichor. 25 stream streak. Also, who earlier, was it you, Petrichor, that was 70 streaking? Someone had a crazy number. Hi. I don't know why you're sitting over there. Streaking! That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Honestly, like, the streaks I get are... They can kind of be a pain. Because it almost feels like I don't want to make a mistake and miss one. But... I don't know, there's something about it where I'm like, look, people like you enough to come for 70 freaking streams in a row. And even if, like, you lose it and you have to restart the streak, then it's like, you like it here so much that you want to come back and fix the streak. You know what I mean? Like, it's just wild. Also, hi, James. Also, yes, I'm in pajama pants because my hives have been hiving. So I'm taking some Zyrtec again. I see my allergist next week and we'll see what they say. Your old railroad glasses, they're making a comeback? Oh, nice. It does let you recover within 24 hours. It does.
Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh.
Megano 2 tap, Megano 2 tap.
You're also taught to knit the swatch in the round if you were knit the round in the round for the project. Interesting. Also, Allison, thank you for the 70 months. I appreciate it. You loved those classes? Really? Wait, no, don't go. Oh. So James isn't going to be able to get into class early, and instead is just going to be put to work. So he can't even come home until, like his class doesn't start for, like, a while. And he can't come home. Instead, he gets to work on their base. Listen, if the person doesn't have their VOD saved so that you can, like, save your streak, that's not on you. People can't drop everything. Especially, like, sometimes, for instance, yesterday I did a little Sunday stream. It's not a day I normally stream. Six months of cleanup. Yeah. Yeah, he got there early because his unit would rather pay money to have him stay in a hotel and work than have him come home. Allison, there is your substar. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Where is the logic in that? I don't know. Okay. Oh, hi. No, James, don't leave. I had a question. And now it's gone. Because I think you have, like, 24 hours, Petrichor, to, like, save a streak. And since I'm here again, maybe that's why. What was my question? They pay his hotel and his work? Yup. So yeah, he's working there instead of being allowed to come home. Anyway, here's a lovely gauge swatch tool. Okay? There's a lot like this. This is a Susan Bates knit check. Okay? There's a lot of things on here. Let's break it down. I'm going to zoom the camera in because I don't feel like holding it up. Okay. So, these holes. Say you have a crochet hook or a knitting needle and you don't know the size. Well, nope, that's too big. Nope, that's too small. Ta-da! This is an 8. Knitting needle sizes are on the top, crochet hook sizes are on the bottom. And then there's a millimeter as well. So if you're like, I don't know what this hook is, you can just kind of go along until you find the right thing. And sure enough, that's a G, 4 millimeter. Boop. Very handy tool. Now, what Petrichor was saying, right? So this gauge swatch tells me how many stitches to do, and that number of stitches should be 4 inches. Okay? So down here you can see this is a 5-inch little ruler. There's also centimeters up at the top. And then you see this cheeky little window. Oh, I got pen on my hand. What Petrichor was saying, so some patterns, right? Or again, in this theory, this is a 2-inch window. So if this whole thing is supposed to measure 4 inches, first of all, you can just measure it. But you can also count the number of stitches in the window. So what you would do is you would make at least a 2-inch by 2-inch square. At the very least. In theory, you would want to do like a 4-inch by 4-inch, right? And then you can put your stitches, right? And you can count how many stitches are in the little window. So this, if you look, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, about 7.5. So in theory, then 4 inches should be 14 stitches. So this says that 19 stitches should be 4 inches. Where am I getting pen? Hello? So my tension might not be correct. Hi, Belzy. How are you? Okay, when I put it down like this, it's actually 8 stitches when I'm not pushing on the fabric. 8 and 8 is 16, so I'm still too big. Seriously, where did all that ink come from? It came right off. All right. Miss Ma'am, excuse you. No. No, Pippin, that's not yours. That's not yours. Overloaded? I hear you. I'm sorry. It's good to see you. Okay. So I'm gonna go for like another couple of rows just to make sure. And then we might go down a size and see if that gets us closer. Right? You are an 8. Yeah. Okay, UK peeps, Georgina, Allison, other UK peeps that knit, is medium number 4. Yeah, that's worsted weight. I don't know what I'm talking about. DK is 3. Worsted is 4. Okay. Just ignore me. Pippin's here. 4 is worsted. Okay. My brain just was like, am I doing the wrong thing? Because the pattern here, they have fingering DK and worsted yarn. And I'm like, worsted is 4. Yeah, this is closer to 5 inches. So I need a different. Let's see if going down. More syllables to say www than World Wide Web. You're not wrong. That's interesting. I guess we'll just try going down to a 7. Hi, Emily. How are you? Well, 18, 19. Oh, thank you. It cannot. Woo. Happy even closer to baseball season. I thought it was really fun. Like, the Super Bowl was good. I thought the commercials were really bad. If I'm being honest. I did not think that there were many good ones. Oh, God. Not only that, but the amount of AI supporting commercials, like, oh yeah, use this brand of AI, use this brand, and I'm like, why? Like, that... genuinely upsetting. Like, I was talking about this with Tessa. I thought the tight end commercial was fun. About relaxing your tight end. So for people who don't know football, a tight end is a position. It's a player on the field. And it was a bunch of different tight ends from a bunch of different teams doing different relaxing things. And the ad was actually for prostate cancer. And about getting checked, relaxing your tight end. And that there are, I did not know this, evidently now there's blood work that you can have done to check for prostate cancer instead of having to, you know, have a little poke around. So I thought that was it was a good commercial, it was informative, it was funny, I remembered it. Benny was the only good part, yeah. That exciting for weddings like that. It was so good. His halftime show was so good. I didn't understand a word of it. I understood a lot, you know? Like, you didn't have to understand the words. Streakin', thank you for the streak. And I loved the Pokemon commercial for the 30th anniversary. I thought that was so clever. Yeah, Pedro Pascal was there dancing. Jessica Alba. It was so funny when, like, when Lady Gaga came out, I was like, oh, okay. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, is that Ricky Martin? Hold up. Wait a minute. Like, there was so many. I also loved, I'm sure that you all have been seeing it, but the, all of the, like the like there were people inside of all of like the grass, if you will, that moved around. They were people, and it made me so happy. Like, I've been loving seeing all the posts of people being like, I was grass number 2. Or whatever, and it was like a picture of them in this like funky suit. I wonder if I can find the post I was thinking of. But like, I love that. The grass, yeah, the plant people. Someone was like, this is like for everyone who was cast as like tree number 2 in their childhood like performances. Yeah, this. These are all people. It made me so happy. The marching band kids. It's my dream to be in a group like that, right? I love that. I thought that was fabulous. And yes, it was a real thing. Yes, evidently he was invited to their wedding and he was like, "How about you just come get married at my halftime show?" And they were like, "Okay, bet." Or the Marge Simpson's bar crawls. I don't drink, so I guess that means no, I've seen those too, where people all like dress up. I think that you could still do a bar crawl and not drink. You could make it a food one instead. That's what I would do. Because I don't drink either. But you could just like get different snacks or get different non-alcoholic drinks. Oh, hello. It was awesome. I loved it. And I loved when he named different places in the Americas. Because so many people think that the United States of America is America. Guess what? America is a continent. Canada's involved. South America's involved. We are North America. We are not America. So kindly, like, and all the flags. Oh my god, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great. All the sets were really cool. The way the way the people in the grass suits moved around so that it was like changing. That was so cool. We're literally like a third of North America. Oh, alright. How are we doing? Hey! Alright. So, before, when I used the recommended hook size, or needle size, sorry, I'm so used to crochet terms, they recommended I used an 8mm. Now, here's the thing. They might be tight knitters. They might have a very tight gauge. Because when I used an 8mm, I was at 5 inches, and this is supposed to be 4, and I'm at 4 now. I was white girl dancing, yes. Oh my god. We're good. So in theory, when you do a gauge swatch, you want to like make it a square. Okay? You want to like make it more than this. It's a hat. It's not clothing. If this was clothing, I would continue. I would make sure. But this is a hat. I'm fine with where I am. It's okay if it's a little big. It's okay if it's a little, like it. There's some give, you know. Minions music. Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be cool, Petrichor. Morning, Emily. Yeah. Like, I'm glad that I did the gauge swatch, because otherwise the hat was going to be massive. An inch wrong, that would have been, like, I would have had to give this hat to someone else. Which is fine. Which is fine. By the way, if anyone would like to join us, grab one of those two patterns. They're $5. And they are donating 100% of the profits, or 100% of the cost, I should say, to different Minnesota groups for immigrants. They have raised over $650,000 so far. So even if you aren't sure that you're gonna make one, still $5. Still going to a good cause. And I like that they have both a knit and a crochet version. Also, if you are interested in learning a little bit more about the history of the hats, if you click on those links as well, there's a little bit of information there. And you could honestly go and do a little Google search with the information there if you want to learn more. Basically, it was a visual form of protest against Nazi occupation in 1940. So yeah, it's been brought back, if you will, and I kind of love it. Emily, at first I'm like, why, and then I realized what your emotes meant. My brain took a little bit longer to compute. Okay, I have to count to 96. Yes, links are in Discord in two different places. One is in the stream schedule with all the information there, and the other is in craft patterns. Both are also there as well. So yes, two different spots. You just like to dress an eggplant up for icy temperature? Okay. That was 20. Stop it. I believe this is called the long tail casting on method. I don't remember. I just know that this is what Aunt Shirley taught me to do when I was a kid. So this is what I do. Like, some things, some aspects of knitting I can give you info on, and some of it I'm like, my great aunt told me to do it, so I did it. I have a friend who I think would enjoy it. Yeah, I like the fact that it has both a knit pattern and a crochet version. I appreciate that too. And it's not a very difficult pattern if you're a beginner for either of those things. I did not buy the crochet version. But the knit pattern, you just need to know how to knit and purl and decrease. Was that 40? Son of a gun. It was 40. $50. I can't crochet. I can't knit or crochet anymore, but I'm thinking I might still buy the pattern anyway. It's a good way if you're not really sure where to donate. It's a nice way to donate too. Yes, I do start with a long tail. $60. $70. $80. $90. Hooray! I do. Oh, I knew a small woman-owned business. Oh, I love it. I love that this 4-person business has raised more than $500,000. I love that. Also, if you've never actually seen the original, what the heck were they? Let me see if I can't find pictures. funny looking this up. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing now is all about people using these hats now for ice. Which we love to see. I was hoping to find some original stuff without, there's a lot of, certain symbols, if that makes sense. Because yeah, wearing red hats is a way to show resistance during World War II, similar to the practice of attaching paper clips to lapels. Ah, interesting. Here we go, hold on. There's one. There are some hats. Yeah, people caught wearing red hats would be punished. Well, no, there's a lot, because again, they were protesting Nazi occupation. So, unfortunately, there are some that had certain symbols associated with that I just didn't want to show on stream. That's what the original version of this hat was for, and now people are taking it kind of like, I remember the first time that Trump was elected and people made the pink hats after his you know, comment. And I made one of those, and that was, I wore it when I was crossing guard, and my favorite was like having people be like, yeah, like it was great. So we do love, like, art has always been a form of protest, first and foremost. Knitting has always been used in various, you know, I guess just, yeah, protests. And even, you know, with ways of passing along communication. Where the heck? I hate the snow, but I prefer the Winter Olympics. Yeah. Oh, I love watching the Olympics. They absolutely used knitting to put code in things. Yes, they would make scarves and sweaters and hats and things like that. Most of the time they were scarves because you could do Morse code into scarves with like knits and pearls or with certain patterns. And they were quick to make, and it was an easy thing to hand to a soldier and be like, you look cold, son. Won't you take this to stay warm? And it was a way to pass along information that couldn't otherwise be passed along. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fun, AC. I hope you have a good time. So cool, yeah. I half the time think that that's what my Aunt Shirley was doing. Because they had a knitting shop. Alright, hold up. No, I'm doing this right. Her and her mom and all the sisters had like a knitting / crochet business out of their home. I wouldn't be surprised she sounds like a badass, yeah. Just like crocheting, knitting the first row is always like... Sometimes I cast on too tight. For a lot of people around that, yeah. Things I wish I could have asked her. Yes. In New York. Oh, I'm glad that they're friendly. That's nice. Honestly, I'm trying to stay a little bit more out of the loop because I have been disassociating and struggling mentally by everything. I know a lot more information was released about the Epstein files. That Trump was named in them more times than Jesus is named in the Bible. And that there have been stories of horrific things that they've done to children. And that's when I kind of said I need to stop being on the internet for a little while as much as I can because Nope. But more protests. The Super Bowl had a lovely, you know, show. He has mentioned more than Harry Potter in the Harry Potter books. He sure was. And yet somehow he's still not in prison. Listen, I don't even watch the news. It's just all over social media. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. Again, as it should be, because it's terrible and people need to get their heads out of their asses and realize that what's happening is horrific and all of that, but that's also why I'm kind of avoiding social media now. They can either be current on current events or have good mental health, and they're choosing mental health, yeah. Like, I'm trying to be educated, but, like, not know everything, if that makes sense. Like, I don't need to, like, in the past, I would start to, like, deeper dive into things, and I've stopped doing that. Causes you anxiety and disassociation, too. Yeah. It's terrifying. Yep. How has it been an hour and all that I did was my gauge swatch in first row? That's fine. Evidently it's stretch time. So we're going to take a quick stretch break. It's a good chance to get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, stand up and take a stretch break, or go ahead and purchase this pattern for yourself. Make a hat for yourself, for your friends, for your loved ones. Have $5 be donated towards the cause. There's both a crochet version and a knit version. So join us. Thrive. I'll be back in a few. Whoosh. Thank you all for sitting through ads. I realized that I wanted to take a time lapse because honestly, I have not known what the heck to post on social media lately because nothing feels right. Everything feels wrong. But you know what? This posting this being worked on, that feels good. Also, I wanted to switch to a slightly shorter cable needle or cable size, so we're just transferring between them. So thank you for sitting through ads. I appreciate it. Okay. There are some cutie patooties in the pet channel. Well, I'm gonna have to go look at that. I love this knitting needle set. These are interchangeable knitting needles. So they attach. Like they click and then lock into place. So you can change like your cable size or your needle. Like it's so easy and I love it. Oops, there goes that. Where did you come from? Here? Sure. Denise interchangeable knitting needles. I just got the pink ones because they were the ones that were on sale. But they have like a whole set. Whole bunch of different ones. Alright, let me go look at some cutie patooties. Boop. The pets channel. There's some fresh babies. Cuties, you are right. Okay, I don't want this in here. That's awesome. Okay. So fresh and soft. Oh yes, that's much better. Alright. The round has been joined. And away we go. Enjoy your lurk. I don't know what I did differently on my phone, but it's already low. Oh no. That's the worst. Sometimes doesn't charge overnight. Yeah, I discovered that the other night my phone wasn't like completely plugged in, like the charger had kind of come out of the brick a little bit. And that ended up meaning that I woke up without my phone charged either. So sometimes it be like that. Try closing your apps too. Sometimes you don't realize that you have one in the background that's like using a ton of data. Wait, are we twisted? No. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when they do updates, I hate when that happens. It like forces an update on you and it like breaks things and you're like, okay, well, that was dumb. Looking at you, Sims. I don't know how we ended up with such a long connecting thread, but we're just gonna knit over it. Hydrate? Okay. Give me a second. Everyone hydrate. Wait, are you... Thanks for the reminder. How was everybody's weekend, by the way? Did anyone do anything fun? I played some Animal Crossing here. Drove and did the things, helped folks with stuff. Played Animal Crossing bingo. Very good. Oh, with the teeth, yeah. Went shopping with my mom, was nice, but very tired after. Fair. Animal Crossing, sleeping, stream, spend time with family. All sounds good. I watched the Super Bowl last night. I've been watching Olympics. We played some Animal Crossing. Yeah. Went to Marshall's in a specialized bra shop. I must have tried on at least 20 bras. Did you find any that you like? Finding bras can be such a pain. And then it's like once you find one, it's oh my gosh, buy like a million of them. My emotional Olympic figure skating is on. Clothes shopping in general, but bras especially, yeah. They stopped making the kind you like. That's terrible. No. I'm so sorry. I was super well advised. We found your true size. Love that for you. I had no idea that, like, Victoria's Secret, like, the bra fitters or whatever, they have, like, no real, I guess, like, they are trying to find the best bra in their store for you to wear. And if you are a bigger size than what they carry, they'll be like, oh, you just need this size in our store. And it'll be like the biggest one that they offer. And you're like, actually, no. Yeah, they'll add to the band size and be like, "No, this is the right cup size." And you're like, "Then why am I overflowing?" Resorted to an online place, ended up getting lucky and really liking it. Ooh, I love that. Honestly, you know what I wear? Fruit of the Loom. Right? Is that what they are? I could double check. I get them at Walmart. And they're cotton and they fit really good and they're supportive and they have like a very thin amount of like padding. I don't need padding, but I like it to not have like, I like to not have my nip show. We're being so for real. So a little lining is nice. But yeah, finding those has been like cuz like getting the right ones, especially when you have like larger chest, helps so much because you end up getting like your neck hurts or your back hurts and it's just I can't. I refuse to go into Walmart unless absolutely necessary. I buy these online. I don't go to I also refuse to go into Walmart. Very specialized, even have mastectomy appointments for breast cancer victims. Ooh, I love that. Large band, tiny cups, nothing fits right. I've also there are some online shops that I've had like good success with. Maidenform, not quite fitted right, but it's not a sensory nightmare. That's also important too. Having ones that don't feel terrible. Having it be the right fit / not feeling awful on your skin matters so much. I'm not even close to Victor. No, I'm not either. Once upon a time I was. I can wear their underwear. But their bras, The cup-shaped work, that's another thing. This is like stuff that's never talked about. Like different people have different like breast shapes, which means that different cups shapes work differently for different people. It's fascinating, honestly. Like for parts that are all very similar, they're all very different. Really big and perky and pointy. Oh, I hated it and gave up. I don't blame you. I really don't. Velvety soft, and it's so nice. You don't even know that you have it on. That's good. Trying to find a bra that isn't push-up, please. Yes! I want support, not push. Like, I don't need padding. I don't need like push-up. I don't need anything like that. I just need this weight supported. Please. I just need this to not feel like 30 pounds hanging off my neck, okay? Every single one is a push-up and low cut, yes. That's another thing that makes me crazy. Just because you're a smaller cup size does not mean you want to look like you're a bigger one. I was just about to say that. That's like such a man's perspective of being like, well, you have a smaller cup size, you must want it to look like you have a bigger one. And you're like, actually, I just want support. or comfort or whatever. Or maybe you do want a push-up, but you want one that isn't like you were saying where it's like low cut. Like maybe you want one that pushes up a little bit but is fitted normally, you know? Like you don't necessarily want like massive cleavage. You just want them like a little lifted, but I don't know. I don't know. It shouldn't be so hard. But when you think about the fact that like everyone's are shaped differently and made differently and hang differently and are like it's amazing that we can all find anything that works for us. In any clothing item, yeah. Pants are another battle. Belly when you lift your arms or the boobs want to escape when you bend over. The sides is not good or the breast is not properly placed in the bras. Yeah. Certain bras of mine, if I bend over, my boobs escape. You're like, oh, I didn't say that you could go on an adventure. Please get back. Thighs and hips, but a small waist. I always have gaps. Yeah. Whoopsie, you're like, oh, hold on. Didn't mean for you guys to go off on your own. You can't go out unsupervised. ID check boobs. Are they old enough to be roaming the streets? It's bad enough when like you sleep in like a tank top and you wake up and you're like, where, how, why are you through the armholes? I probably don't even need that stitch marker. I can tell where they started. We're making good progress. Knitting takes forever. Pippin is snoring behind me. Her nose is like smooshed. And so she's just like, ah, ah. Oh. She's like, are you making fun of me? Fine, I'll fix myself. Time for a little bath. Oof, guys. Hey, unclench. Relax whatever you're squeezing. Goodness gracious. Well, bless you! That was a big sneeze. My goodness. Oh, bye. Oh, are you coming over here? Well, hello. You needed a mom little snuggle? What? Hello. You needed to say hi? What's up? You baby? You baby? Pippin's like, hello. Oh my goodness. Pippin, you're such a sweet baby. I love you so much. Hi. Are you gonna come over? What? You want more pets? You need more? That wasn't enough? Oh, look at your little biscuit maker. Look at you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We making biscuits? Hi. This for me? I have to get the headset that I would use when I would stream in other areas of the house and see if you all can't hear her purring. Not today, but just in general. Because it's so loud. I'm gonna go back to this, okay? But you can hang out there. I need to get another camera to hang over the chair so that everyone can see you being a cutie. I do. Yeah. Because you're making biscuits and I love it. That's better than what I'm doing. Look at her making biscuits. You making biscuits? You're just happy? You're just a happy baby. What? Spice Girls? Oh my gosh. You're just a baby? You're just a baby? Oh, goodness. Oh, booty pats, booty pats, booty pats, booty pats, booty pats, booty. More? What do you think of my hat? Do you like it? Oh, we like it. I did not give you permission to stop. You want me to, like, sit on that chair with you? She's like, no, actually. I don't. I wonder, would you like to play? Or do you just want more loving? I need to put another webcam on my, my throne. That way we can have a Pippin camera. Pippin says heck ice. Absolutely. 100%. I should make a little one of these hats for Artie. Yeah. If y'all would like to see what I'm working on, by the way, there is a message pinned at the top of chat where you can type !melt to have a link. Obviously, I am doing the knit version, but there is also a crochet version of this hat if you would like to make one. And the money that you spend to buy the pattern gets donated. Make the whole family a hat. Artie Patch, Pippin, Glooby, Maple. Maple would be very angry. Oh my gosh, you know what Patch did today? So, I had to do his nails because I had not done them in a long time because I normally do them outside. And the snow and the ice and everything just meant that I couldn't do them. We use a Dremel, like a file. And it was just, I couldn't do it before. And I was like, buddy, you need to have them done. Like, it's bad. And for whatever reason, he was like fighting me every step of the way this time. He's had them done. He's been getting this done for like ever now. And he tried to escape me doing like the last foot by going up the steps to the door. And I was like, okay, well, we'll just do it on the top of the steps. We have a little platform up there. Like, it's not just stairs. And so I'm doing his nails on the step, and y'all, he backs up. And he falls down the stairs. It's only 3 steps. It wasn't a big deal. Or, well, 2 steps and the platform thing. But I was like, my guy. It literally reminded me of that, Emily. Or, Allison. It literally made me think of that. Hold on. I found it on the camera here. Right? I was like, okay, we'll do your nails here. Not a problem. Because I was like, all right, fine. Like, let me just finish this. And then I'm like, okay, I'll let you. And he had his footing, and then he just didn't. And I was like, bud. It's like my love. Oh. Bless his heart. Just absolutely bless his heart. So when he came in, because a lot of the snow is melting, I had to dry off his butt because he fell on his butt and it was all wet. It's like you had 3 out of your 4 feet on the step, and somehow that last foot was enough for you to just be like, nope. I'm going down. It's like, all right. Walked into a pole. Oh, animals are great. They're just, you know, you just look at them and you're like, you used to live outside. How? I tried to warn her, she didn't listen. And you just kind of sit there and you're like, steps off the sidewalk and on the grass instead, and it throws her off. Yeah, the sensory change. How I have to do this for, I think they said 6 inches. Oh, and a height difference. How long am I doing this? 6 inches or desired length. Wait, who's on my back step? Is it Inky? It's Inky, chat! Oh, and evidently Tigger came by. Tigger's the one I have to TNR. No, come on, log in. Okay, well, I don't know. Why won't the cameras work? Okay, hold on, hold on. Don't go, buddy, I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, be right back. Look at this Bubbas. I love him. Or her. I don't know if Inky's a boy or a girl. It's funny, I got to the back door and I look outside and he's literally crawling into the heated house, which is no longer on the back step because it was so windy that I put it down on the, because it kept blowing over. So I put it down on the ground. And he's the only one that uses the heated house. The other cats will like mark it. Either they'll rub their face on it or they'll scent it with their bums. Just gross. But he's the only one who goes into it and uses it. And as I got there, he was like going into the house. And I was like, okay. And it was really cute because like I put the food down and all of a sudden his little head pokes back out the door and he's like, wait a minute. I was like, hi. I was like, would you like something to eat? And he immediately jumped right back up and was like, yes, I would. And I'm like, then you go back to your house. You stay warm. He's so sweet, though. He's gaining a little weight, which is great. He was a very skinny little one when he first showed up. So we love to see that. Also, welcome back, by the way, Petrichor. Have a good night, Mia. Trying to finish your evening project? No worries. Thank you for lurking. I wonder... What a cutie. And then this over here, that's a heated water bowl. So the water never freezes. It's like a very low heat. So it's not hot water, but it just never freezes, which is lovely. A Vulpix. Oh my goodness. So a lot of the critters come by and use that. What you looking at, bub? I hope he actually goes into the little house and not like wanders off. Like, go in there, use the little warm bed. It's literally why I have it. Oh, heck yes, we both caught it, Calliope. Oh, yeah. Where are we at? Size-wise. We're about 2 inches right now. Which isn't bad. Alright, Bubbas. Oh. Well, that's not the direction of the heated house, you goob. What a goober. You want a nap? Can't believe that I need to, like, have a cat cam back on this screen again. Oh! Well, that's not exactly what I meant. Oh, you want your food? Sorry, here you go. Here, let me... Come here. Oh, Artemis. Here you go. Oh, hi. No? Okay. I know! You've done a good job eating today.
found my people.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Artemis, they followed because you're here. I'm pretty sure. You should say thank you to them. Do you just want a little hat too? Oh no, she says absolutely not, I don't. In fact, I'll be leaving now. She's leaving the office. As a matter of fact, I do not want a little hat. Thanks, but no thanks. So for those who might not know, this is a stocking net stitch. It's a knit one, then purl one stitch. And it makes for a very elastic, stretchy knit fabric. Just in case anyone was wondering. Oh my goodness. Ad time again? Dang. Alrighty, chat. I guess we're going to take a stretch break. It's a good opportunity to stand up, take a stretch break, get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry. Or just change how you're sitting. Are you sitting like a shrimp? Yes, you. Try to straighten your back out. I will be back after these brief messages. And I thank you all for sitting through ads. We'll play some words on stream. You won't miss out on anything because I too will be taking a stretch break. All right? Be right back. Oops, my mic got weird. I call you out because I too am a shrimp, so no worries. No judgment. Be right back. Thank you all for sitting through ads. Hi, Nat. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for the lurk, and welcome back. Hi, Jelly Bean, how are you? I'm glad. Currently cross-stitching a duck. Cute. Well, it's good to see you. We're working on knitting a hat. There should be a message pinned at the top of chat, or you can do !melt to see what we're working on today and buy a pattern for yourself. It's only $5 and the proceeds go directly to Minnesota Immigrant Relief. So, a cutie fly. Uh-oh, you're out of balls. Quick, you gotta get some more. I know I said it already, but I really thought that that Pokemon commercial was cute on the Super Bowl. About, like, which is your favorite Pokemon. I liked it because you didn't realize at first that they were talking about Pokemon. Dang, Pokemon really just said only silly. Artie is in here eating food, too. I'm sorry, chat feels really quiet today. I don't know what to say. I feel like I've shared all my stories. Disassociating, you're working. No worries. I'm just like... I get hyper aware when things are quiet. Because I'm like, I'm boring. No, I'm not. Working, surviving, meeting Monday. No, you guys are all allowed to lurk. I start to panic when I don't have things that I'm saying or know what to say. Because I'm like, I'm not entertaining. I need to watch Bridgerton. I've been watching Olympics lately. I have watched none of those shows. I'm sorry. I'm all caught up on Bridgerton. I gotta stop watching them all when they split the season. Laid out a new diamond dot. Ooh, do you have a picture of what it is? You're loving watching me knit? Oh, I'm glad. Wait until streaming. That's fair. Wait for the whole thing to drop. Let's face it. The ADHD is not letting you. Watching Fallout with your boyfriend, you're not that into it. One from Michael's you got around Christmas. So I went to Michael's today to pick up this yarn. For the hat that I'm gonna make for James's friend. Y'all, they still have a bunch of Christmas things in that store. Like, so much. And you know what part of the problem is? It's still only marked down 70%. It's February. Mark it down 90%. There is so much Christmas stuff at my Michael's. So much. Yeah, I really need to get this yarn for the hat that I'm going to be making. I hope that you guys are enjoying knitting because we're gonna be doing some knitting for a little while. Crazy how much they still had by this time. Yeah! Blind box something. There was still so much of it. Almost to 3 inches. A week later, by then it's already cleared out. Who's buying it at only 25% off? Especially because the price of everything is going up. For real. That's what I want to know. No one can afford what we don't need. Again, if this stuff was like 90% off, I could see a lot more of it being picked up by people who plan on using stuff or making crafts or whatever for like the next holiday, but not at 70% off. Not like they're these giant nutcrackers that are wooden that you can paint. They're like flat and there's signs that you can like put out. But they're really tall. They're probably like 2.5 foot tall. They're big. They're really cool. They're almost $60. So with 30% off, there's still way too much. Or I'm sorry, with 70% off, you're still paying 30% of that price, and that's still too much. That's still way too much. And there was a really pretty skein of yarn that I was like, ooh, how much are you? Because, like, I had a 20% off coupon. $15 for a skein of yarn. And I was like, nope. You're pretty, but I don't have a plan for you, and therefore, I'm not buying more pretty yarn to just sit in my closet and not be used. Like, these skeins were going to be used immediately. One is the commission, one is for this hat, and then leftover. But I didn't have this color, red, so I was fine with buying it. Plus, it's Red Heart, so Red Heart with a coupon is under $4. Couple of dollars I can find somewhere. Yeah. The bigger items I can't swing. No. Even the $15 skein of yarn, I'm like, that's way too much. I can't swing that. Like, I think, I hate to say it like this, but I think about, you know, okay, how much do I make on Twitch in a month? Is it worth a portion of that? And the answer was no. Trying to pay off debt. Yeah, we've been making some good progress on our debt, which is exciting to see. Like, a box of wheat thin crackers is over $5. Disgusting. What is happening? I hate it here. I absolutely hate it here. Oof. That's rough. Oh, no worries, Belzy. Have a good night. Being gluten-free adds another $2 to everything. Yeah. I don't blame you. It's cheaper. Like, you have to spend more time doing it, which is the pain, especially when you have chronic illnesses, because then you have to, like, spend some of your energy on doing stuff, but it ends up being so much less. Yeah. Everyone is like just moving to a repayment plan. Yeah. What am I supposed to do? It's hard because we're not really taught about, like, everyone is told in high school to go to college. And, like, by any means necessary, but we're never really taught what to do with that kind of debt. We're never really taught how to budget or 401k or anything. And then we just have to do it, and it's hard when you have those questions. So I'm glad that you have some advice that you can use. Take out the student loans, you can pay it back, yeah. But they don't tell you how much the interest is and how much you're going to be screwed. Maybe it's something that your carer can help you do, Emily. Or maybe one day when your mom, like, that could be a fun thing to do with, like, your mom. If you have the energy, of course. It's frustrating when our bodies don't let us do the things that we want to do. Oh, guys, that's Sequoia on the camera. Look at the camera. Hi, baby. Do you see what I mean? But they are so orange. They are so vibrantly orange. Just a baby. Like Garfield orange, yes. And he has a little, like, spot in his tail that's missing fur, like, something's up with it. It's not bleeding, it hasn't changed the way that it looks. So at this point, I'm just keeping an eye on it. They're so sweet. They're very nervous. Baking together, I have no energy. Yeah. No, I get that. That's what I mean. Like, it's hard when you want to do things and you just can't. So I feel you. You are not alone. Hi, Bubba. See his little tail? Oh, it's looking better, actually. It's starting to look better. So whatever was going on is improving. Good. Okay. Isn't doing anything. Look at the interest expected on each payment. Into my loans. Try to reduce it. Gotcha. Oh, that's a good idea, Petrichor. Break up, like, how you bake, if you will. Do steps. That was my favorite thing. I don't know if I talked to you guys about my Social Security, my disability hearing. One of the things that they do is they have an expert come in and say all the jobs that are available. Well, not all. They give 3 different jobs that are available for someone like me that I could do. Now, keep in mind, this is after I had spoken about my agoraphobia, which will really not let me work outside of the house. Also about my vertigo and my migraines, which can be triggered by a lot of different things. You know, I mentioned how, like, I couldn't do, oh, look, you can see them on the camera still. You know, how I needed help from my parents to do the shoveling, and, like, you know, there's just a lot of things that I can't do. They asked about, like, doing stuff around the house. You know, are you able to do things? Do you need assistance? And, you know, I'm like, well, I can do things, but I need to break them up. I said, you know, most people, I feel like, you know, those of us with bodies that aren't, you know, with warning lights everywhere. You know, they could do like James, for instance, okay? He can do the laundry, vacuum, clean the bathrooms, and wash dishes all in the same day and not suffer for it the next. I cannot. I explained to them, no, you know, I'll vacuum one day, I'll do laundry another. You know, I try to wash, you know, dishes as they come so that it doesn't become a big, you know, like things like that. The other day I cleaned the bathrooms, that's all that I did. You know, like, y'all, one of the jobs that they said I could do was be a housekeeper, be a cleaner in someone's home. Tell me how that would work. If I have to do my chores across multiple days, do I have one client only that I work for? Who I go to their house one day to vacuum, and then the next day I go and I do their like, how in the hell? How do you think I can be a housekeeper? Shut the hell up! What kind of expert? And like, my lawyer told me to ignore the things because they're not going to make sense, and like, given my mental health and my physical health, they're not going to be things that can be done. Like, some of the other ones were like, you know, being like a data, like inputting data and stuff. And like, listen, if you can find me a job where I can actually work from home, I'll do it. Here I am, you know, working on getting employed by Woobles. Like, it's not that I don't want to work. It's just that finding legitimate work from home, like, jobs is like fully work from home is difficult. And I'm like this lady saying I could be a housekeeper when I literally just said that I can't do that. Pre-measured eye ingredients, so it's a dump and go. Ooh, you know, Emily, a bread machine, if you can find one like secondhand, that might be something too that you could use if you wanted to bake. Bread machines are great because you just dump everything in and then you push a button and it does the stuff for you. I can't even do one of those things, yeah. I used to clean 2 to 3 houses a day. I can barely clean my tiny bathroom in a day. Yeah. When your body just is not working the way that it's supposed to, it becomes such a problem. And people don't get it. And this is the thing, you know, I've said this on this one content creator's video who I love. He shows like a bunch of different workout options. Like, people will be like, oh yeah, do this kind of workout when you're learning, or like when you're just getting back into exercising. And he does like stuff for people with different abilities. So people who might not be able to do like a plank on the floor, like, he shows different ways, different accessible ways of exercising. And I love it. And I commented on the video at one point because, like, you know, sometimes people are like, these are stupid, just like, don't be fat and lazy and you'll be fine. And I'm like, people don't understand that disability is the one thing that can happen to you at any time. Anytime. You can go to bed one night, wake up the next morning, and suddenly your whole life is different. Want to know how I know that? Happened to me. Went to bed one night, had a bit of a headache, woke up the next morning, had the worst case of vertigo in my life that started years now of vertigo brought on by different health things. Like, it can happen to anyone at any time, and these things are like, accessible things are for everyone. Like, don't poo-poo things that people use or need. Like, I hate that. Hard for people with disabilities to work, that where employers won't discriminate. That's true too. That was actually something that my lawyer brought up with this expert. He goes, you know, because with my anxiety and my agoraphobia, like sometimes I need to like leave. I need to get out of the situation. And he was like, would this sort of job be okay with like, you know, an employee that needed to take longer than usual breaks or more frequent than usual breaks or this or the other thing? And the person was like, no, they would not. It's like, I scared if I had a bread machine, I'd use it too much. Also got eggs for banana bread, added them after the flour, still turned out fine, yeah. Without having sweets very often. Careful, yeah. No, I get that. I totally started eating way more bread. Like a loaf a week, because there's nothing like fresh bread. Truly, though. Like when we used to get like fresh bread from a bakery every once in a while, like for when we would make like fresh garlic bread. Oh my gosh. It'd be like a piece of bread for the garlic toast, a piece of bread for me to eat, a piece of bread to be turned into garlic toast. Oh, it's still warm, a piece for me to eat. Rosie's on your island? Cute. I haven't logged into my Animal Crossing yet today. Because I was doing stuff around here, and then I took anxiety meds, and I ran to Michael's and had a panic attack on the drive home. You know. It's fine. I got the yarn. I'll probably log onto my island while I'm eating dinner. It's a shame that you can't ask, like, the hotel villagers, rather, to, like, stay longer. Or move in or something. That'd be cool. I do wonder if you have an open plot and there's a hotel villager. I wonder if you could ask them to move in then. Pizza and half garlic bread in one sitting. Yeah, I can eat neither. I'm pretty happy this way. Every person is different. I do miss the fun things, yeah. But I'm happy you're not being in constant pain. Mm-hmm. No, I get you. From what you've seen, you don't think so. Did I get the upgrade for your Switch too? Because it was $5. Yeah, it's nice that they offered like an inexpensive upgrade, so like you didn't have to buy like a whole other game. Hi, Hammy. It's good to see you. I love that you guys got to see Sequoia on the camera too. Upgraded Stardew Valley, yeah. Haven't played that either. I've been playing some Heartopia on my phone. I've been checking that out. I'm still pretty early game. Like, every time I log in and it, like, plops me down in, like, a random server, everyone's houses are always so fancy and I have, like, the little starter one. I hate when I, like, slide my knitting down the needle and I end up sliding it too far. You're like, dang it, you gotta move it back. No, sir! Go lie down. Growing so fast, yeah. No, it makes sense. Have Chops on your island again? Visiting the hotel? Oh my gosh, yeah, I haven't updated that house in a while. I also haven't logged in since the Christmas update. When she's older, we can play together. Yeah. Oh, you know, it was sweet. I got a surprise letter in the mail from James today. It was actually from where he was when he was in his last, at his last station. So it got here. It took longer for the letter to get here than it did for him to get to his next duty station. Oh, somehow I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even try and catch Plessel. My bad. I haven't played my Pokemon game in a while either. It's so interesting how, like, just following, I guess, the Neurospicy. Like, right now, Animal Crossing has my hyper focus. It rotates, it changes, different games. Different games will be like, ooh, yeah, that sounds fun. Oh, really? That's kind of cute. How did that happen? Had no idea what to choose. I don't know what Pokemon I'd be. Like, I have a favorite Pokemon, but I don't think I would be an Espeon or an Eevee. Maybe. I don't know. I'd probably be a fire type because I'm a Leo. Round and round and round we go. Oh, goodness gracious. Snap, crackle, pop. The Norwegian one. I reached out to James's friend first to see if he wanted me to send pictures of the yarn, plus I'm waiting for him to pay now. This is going to be the yarn for James's friend. It's a merino acrylic blend. It's very nice. It's very soft. Have a safe drive home, silly. Thanks for hanging out. Honestly, they're going to be similar. So the hat that I made James, that his friend really wants, is technically an Aunt Shirley hat. It's her pattern. And it's a lot of the same, just like knits and pearls kind of thing. Oh, merino. Merino is a type of wool. Hi, James. Yeah, your hat is an Aunt Shirley hat. Just made in a solid color instead of with stripes, like hers normally were. Lurking as I walk up to my room. No worries. What's crazy is that Aunt Shirley could finish these hats in, like... God, she could probably make, like, a couple in a day. And again, I'm not slow. Like, we've got a couple of inches here, but... Ugh. I want to be quicker at everything. Although, you know what was kind of cool? I posted on my Instagram stories the update on the cat cross stitch, and it actually, the previous update was still there. So I was able to like actually see like flip back and forth. And it was really interesting because, like, oh, okay, there is actually a difference. Because sometimes you're like, I feel like this is not progressing at all. I'm almost a quarter of the way done with that cross stitch, though. My goal is to finish it this year. No, no, no! Please don't worry. I never mind answering questions. I just mentioned the pin in case anybody wanted to purchase the pattern to make. I never mind answering questions, even if they're in the title, even if they're on the screen. Never apologize. I'm so sorry that you've been having vertigo, though, today. I fully understand what that's like, and how that really, like, scrambles your brain. So I hope that you're feeling better, and that the vertigo leaves you the heck alone. Because that's rude. Front. Teehee. Aftermath fog is still there. I get you. I'm glad that you're feeling better than you did before. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Gross. Thank you for my note, by the way, James. That was very nice. Oh, also, they're probably closed now, but, you gotta figure out what to do with that battery. I can't believe that. Guess whose car I have to keep jumping again, chat? Except this time it doesn't even stay on. Like... So something isn't right with the battery he got. I did not do the ticket giveaway. Thank you for the reminder. Go ahead. Type ! ticket to enter to do the points. If you win, you will get to vote on what craft we do Friday. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it. Clearly my brain was not all there either today, so... Hair. Did I say enter? ! Ticket? Yes, sorry. My brain has checked out, evidently. No thoughts. Only knits and pearls. Knit. Pearl. Knit. Pearl. Oh, James, on the camera, Inky came by, and chat got to see him. And then Sequoia also came by. So chat got to see them too. What do my beginning knitter videos cover? Casting on, casting off, knits, pearls, maybe decreases? I don't think, though. I don't think that I did decreases. I don't remember, honestly. I might have. I know I did not show how to do increases, because there's different ways to do increases, and it kind of depends on the pattern and the designer, like what kind you do. I think at the beginning of the video I mentioned what we're going to, like, talk about in the video. I think at the beginning I'm like, in this video we're going to talk about this, 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 and this. Yeah, I mean, you can see with this hat, so far I've been doing the same 2 stitches. I have to do this until it's 6 inches. And then we change the kind of stitching and we just do knits and decreases. So we're at 4 inches. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Again, I would love to be quicker, but all things considered, that's not terrible. We'll do this ticket giveaway here in a minute. So if you haven't entered already, ! ticket to do so. And then we'll pull the winner and see what they vote on for Friday. It's a headband. Oh my, how pathetic. Alright. Last call for tickets. Alright. The winner is Petrichor. Where would you like to put your points? Games? You got it. Boop. I shall put your points there. In Animal Crossing, I'm guessing? Mixed Devils is in contention for gold. Nice. There's that little, like, jump your feet together thing when you're terraforming. The little, like, hop that they do. It's not like a jump. It's a little... Well, yeah, but before the slide, they jump their little feet together in order to start all that. I snooze the ads because I'm just finishing this row. Yeah, it's like a heel click. Yeah, you can do it whenever. Which is kind of adorable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you push the L button, like the skinny L button, your character will just do like a little hop together, like put their feet together. And then once their feet are together, you can push the directionals and make them slide. Dinner time! Heck yeah. Just as I finish. Boop. Where are we at? About 4.5 inches. So we have 1.5 inches to go of this, and then we start doing the shaping. Give me a moment while I make sure Artie's not eating Pippin's food. Miss Moo. See, that's what I mean. I wasn't trying to, like, listen to the news. Evidently, the Olympics were over on TV, and it was the news, and it was just like, well, bam, here's a bunch of terrible things that ICE have done. Like, I literally walked into my living room and plugged my ears. I hate it here. Fuck ICE. Fuck it all. Seriously. Nope. Absolutely not. Well, we'll keep working on our hat tomorrow. So hopefully we can finish it up and be ready to wear it, you know? Again, if anyone wants to, you can absolutely feel free to join. There are the links. They're also in my Discord if you would like to come and join us there. Oh, the camera's crashed. That's fine. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out today. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to keep working on this. There's just going to be a lot of knitting happening here, which is fun. So, yeah. See if I can do the... Yeah, you absolutely can. It's just knits and purls. I believe in you. You might have to practice a little bit, but it's doable. It's not too hard. I wouldn't say that if I wasn't 100% sure that, like, it's a doable thing for, like, even new people. Really? Oi. That's fun. They paid him to move to America to work with them. Did they give a reason as to why? Nope. Love that. Anywho, friends, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your... Oh, yes, absolutely. Feel free to ask me questions about knitting. I'm more than happy to answer. I'm not as, like, super well-versed in things. Just because a lot of what I know is from what I learned growing up versus, you know, being self-taught. So, anywho, I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, here's my socials. Here's my Discords. I'll talk to you all soon. Okay?